Most offers sound weak, even when the service is solid, and that's killing your sales. Today, I'm going to show you 5 mental traps that are quietly killing your sales and exactly how you can fix them before you lose another client. So here's what happens. Somebody comes up to you, whether you're at a party or you're at some kind of function, and then they ask you what you do. And you reply by saying, I design websites. I'm an electrician. I'm a plumber. I am this. And here is the issue with that. When you lead with I am this and not with I help people do this, you just get left in the dust. You become unremarkable. Nobody remembers you, right? And that's not what you want as a business owner. As business owners, we want people to remember us when they think about the service that they need. If I'm a plumber and you are a homeowner that needs plumbing work done, I want you to think of me, right? So take your industry. If your client only thinks of you as just a plumber, then you're not going to really get that many sales. Of course, your service is great. You do an amazing job, but here is the deal. People only remember you if you touch on what their pains are and how you can fix them. So in order to fix this, you have to lead with the outcome. You pretty much just ask, what problem are you solving and what is the outcome? Now, I know this personally sounds really weird, but I come from the real estate world, right? So when people came up to me and they would say, oh, Shawn, what do you do? I would say, I sell houses, and that's what every other real estate agent does. And there were times where I had my elevator pitch down, right? I help people relocate to Pennsylvania and call this their new home, something like that, right? For you, it is whatever you do. But that is the reality, right? Because people are struggling with something and they need you. So you have to lead with the outcome. What is the end result? I help people as an electrician. Oh, I help people brighten up their life when they think about changing their electric, right? I don't know, something like that. I know it sounds corny, but you have to lead with the outcome and not just what you do. And this leads perfectly into mistake number 2. We have all done this. And I know you have done this. I know it for a fact, even if I don't know you exactly. But you think that everyone else understands what it is that you do. You just assume that everyone understands that you're a plumber. You have this in the back of your mind, like, oh yeah, everyone knows. I've been doing this for 6 years. I've been doing this for 10 years. Everyone just knows I'm a plumber. They do not understand the value that you provide. It's not just the work being done. It is what happens when the work is done. What is the end result? You help people save time. You help people get peace and patience back into their lives. You help people organize their pantries because they're a complete mess, and then they finally are tired of looking at it, right? And they just want to feel some kind of peace, some kind of serenity. So they hire you to come in and organize their pantry. You help people feel serenity again, right? That is what you need to do. Spell it out. The exact transformation that they are going to get once they use your product and your service. So if this is clicking for you, I run a free group of service-based business owners who want to get clear, get seen, and grow sustainably. That's where I go deeper and give behind-the-scenes stuff that I don't share anywhere else. Just click that link in the description to join my free community. Now, this next mistake is so classic, and you're going to laugh at yourself once you realize what you're doing. So I love this. I love talking about this because I fell victim to this trap for a long time. You know that word jargon, right? It's like industry related words, catchphrases that you assume everyone else understands. You just think like, oh yeah, I know that. When I'm talking about escrow or, properties being under contract on the MLS, your clients do not want to hear jargon. They are not interested for the most part, right? Obviously, that's always industry specific, but when you sound too professional, people tune out, especially nowadays. No one is really interested in hearing professional jargon. that is out the door, right? And that's where the vast majority of industries. This is the fix. Your client wants you to sound like them. They want to feel like you truly understand where they're coming from. They want authenticity, and I know that word has been thrown around for years, and it absolutely drives you crazy, but that's the reality. They don't want you to sound like some kind of professional robot. This is B, Shawn, I design websites, blah, 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 and your SEO, and dude, they don't want that anymore. They just want you to be on the same level as them, and they want to understand that whatever they say, wherever they're coming from, you have empathy for that. And you can, again, help them transform from A and get to B. That is the fix there. Now, once you get past all that professional talk, this next mistake is something that not a lot of people realize they're doing until they realize it. In business, especially with small businesses, service-based small businesses, right? I help service-based small business owners find their voice, clarify their offer, and utilize video to spread their message. That is a very clear statement, right? That doesn't just sound like anyone could have thought of it, right? I really had to dig deep. I had to do a lot of research. I had to work one-on-one with my AI, right? I had to do the necessary footwork to put that statement into place. Now, if your offer sounds like it could come from anyone, if it was just taken from a different website, you took it on as your own, and then you put that out there, you're going to lose. Don't play it safe. If you want to truly succeed in business, when it comes to building your brand, when it comes to finding your voice and clarifying your offer, you have to be specific. Talk clearly about what your service is going to do, right? And I've mentioned it multiple times because it makes sense once you truly understand. Your client doesn't understand what they need sometimes. So that's why you need to be very specific about what you do and how you can get them from point A to point B. Instead of saying web design for small businesses, say something like websites that convert visitors into leads for coaches and consultants. When you're clear, when you're confident, that is when people trust you. And when they trust you, they want to do business with you. And this leads perfectly into mistake number 5. And every single person does it at some point or another. You probably think to yourself, I can be everything for everyone. I can work with anyone, right? From this group to that group, from this age range to that age range. I can just be the person who does whatever service that I do for anyone. The fact is, you cannot be everything for everyone. It is literally not impossible. And so many business owners are scared to niche down or niche down. I don't know, right? I know I was absolutely scared to do that. You know, starting this business, it was, oh my gosh, I can do so many different things for so many other people. Even in real estate, I was like, oh my gosh, I can help people buy, I can help people sell, I can help people invest, I can do commercial real estate, I can do multifamily real estate. I did a little bit of everything, but the reality is, once you focus on niching down and really getting crystal clear on who you help, that is where the magic happens, because you believe, for whatever reason, we've been told to just cast our net everywhere and just see what we catch. That doesn't work anymore. It may have worked 5, 10, 15 years ago, but in today's market, people want someone who specializes in what they need. They want to be crystal clear that you know exactly what they need and how you can help them get there. The truth is, your offer sounds weak. And it's not because your service is bad. I know you do a great job. It's because you just haven't been told how to talk about it. So if you want to go deeper into how to crystallize and become very clear on what you're offering, who your audience is, what your voice is, and the strategy to create videos that connect, just click on this next video here.